This splendid classical edifice, completed in the mid-19th century, impressed Prince Albert and Queen Victoria. It became soot black, and that's how I remember it, from 1986, when the canteen wagon of the BBC film unit fed Lord Peter Wimsey, Harriet Vane, cast and extras on these very steps. Inside the building there are many mansions. This, then only recently decommissioned criminal court, was where Harriet Vane stood trial for murder behind that rail on the right, whilst I watched from that small side balcony at the rear. Now one can take a walk round the splendours of the neighbouring concert hall, just adjacent, under the same roof. Judges forbade the penetrative organ pipes to be given voice during the assizes. These classical panels on the cleaned-up exterior portray a decidedly lyrical, almost musical, and certainly classical aspect of justice, at odds with the hang-'em and flog-'em policy of the 19th and even the first half of the 20th century, meted out inside.
Joy follows the crown of justice, led by conscience, followed by wisdom. Justice relieved of her sword by virtue, and of her scales by concord.
My visit coincided with an antique fair. The splendid sculpted likeness of this Liverpool grandee was juxtaposed with the Toby Jug likenesses of the most famous ever Liverpudlians, and there was a charming bust on offer of the Swedish nightingale, Jenny Lind. Still under the same roof, I was soon hearing Mozart in what Charles Dickens, who gave his readings here many times, called the most perfect concert room in the world. On a dank day outside, I could be forgiven for feeling the grim, prosaic juxtaposition of our own times with earlier opulence, though the railway station does have a statue to Liverpool's comedian Ken Dodd, and it seems a fan. The modern Roman Catholic cathedral is at one end of Liverpool's Hope Street, and the neo-Gothic Protestant cathedral, also modern, is at the other, and in between, in this residential street, this modern frontage of the tiny Unity Theatre, where we played My Perfect Mind, disguises what was once a synagogue. I delighted in having coffee in the Anglican Cathedral's mezzanine, surely the most lofty neo-Gothic snack bar in Christendom. And if you think that smacks of paganism, if you could read Tracy Emin's neon contribution to Liverpool's Year of Culture, you would see that the text reads, "I felt you and knew that you loved me." These red-cloaked vergers are praying for the day it is taken down. Down by the docks, there is an invigorating collision between the old and new Liverpool. The old workhorses are memorialized, as well as the early migrants to America. This group commissioned by the Mormons. The more recently departed pop singer Billy Fiore is here. The Liverpool Tate Gallery is flanked by, how can one put it, a manicured version of where the hands of toil used to man the sails and shift the cargoes. Inside, the exhibition Glam must speak for itself, because I cannot speak on its behalf. The glamour of the Adelphi Hotel is compromised these days by us residents. And finally, the shifts of fashion and population and time are perhaps presented by these pavement sculptures in Hope Street.